Well, like I said in the introduction, I'm not trying to show off any video editing skills. So yeah, it's going to be poor quality. I thought there would be some kind of background I could upload. That's why I got my green screen up, but I guess there isn't. So while I'm trying to figure out how to use this YouTube software, let me go ahead and just start talking, and yeah, the topic teaching. I know this is really, the camera is really bad quality too, but like I said, I don't care. It's the content that I care about. So, well, let me go back to, how about 2009? No, 2010, early 2010. And I was in Ohio at my brother's house. I was visiting from Japan, and I was just messing around on the internet, and I saw this banner that said President Obama wants adults to go back to school, and I thought, wow, that's pretty interesting. Besides, I always wanted to go back and get my whoa, that turns off the speaker. I always wanted to go back and get my master's degree. And so I clicked on it, and about a month later, I'm talking to a recruiter at Capella University. And, I was thinking, well, I want to get a master's in teaching English to Japanese. That was my first thought. And as I'm talking to him, well, this is the way I put it. I'm not really sure what degree program I want to go into. And so he let me talk for about maybe it was a minute, may even have been 2 minutes. And after I finished, he suggested that I go into the educational psychology program. And you know what? I never even heard of educational psychology. But my first thought was, no way. Psychology is stigmatized in Japan. No way. But that was just that thought just lasted for a few seconds because my gut feeling told me, all right, let's trust this guy and go with his suggestion. I didn't tell him, about psychology being stigmatized in Japan, and I went ahead and started, going through the process of starting a master's program. And again, about a month later, I'm starting my master's program in, of all things, educational psychology. And well, that's Kudo. He wants to play with me. But yeah, to make a long story short, I graduated 4 years later with specialties in two, educational psychology and child and adolescent development, with the Japanese as my target population. And in my graduation thesis, I talked a lot about achievement goal strategy theory, which is it has strong connections to active learning. So anyhow, but when I graduated, I thought, yeah, this degree is of no use in Japan, because I was still under the impression that psychology is stigmatized in Japan. And even when I graduated in 2014, I was still under that impression because I had even found a research study saying that. And about 6 months after I graduated, there was an article in the Japanese newspaper saying that, of all things, it was the Japanese word was, if translated to English, was critical thinking. But at that time, they were talking about active learning, not critical thinking. Because critical thinking, that's pretty heavy duty stuff. That's like based on critical thinking models like Bloom's taxonomy. So, but I assume that the Japanese government wasn't up to speed on active learning yet. And why do I say they really meant active learning? Because the topic I want to concentrate on is teaching active learning to Japanese elementary school students. Okay, so back to that Japanese newspaper article that I saw 6 months after graduating. Yeah, it says it wants to introduce critical thinking into the educational curriculum. And then as time goes by, yeah, when was that? When was it that they said they're going to pass public legislation in 2020 to teach active learning in Japanese elementary schools? And for like the longest time, the Japanese image of active learning or critical thinking was that that's only for university level. But nah, yeah, sure enough, the government passed public legislation to teach active learning in elementary school. 2020, that's last year. And it was a blessing to be able to work in a school where it just so happens that the school principal was really into that. And so I actually started, grappling with how to teach active learning to elementary school students from 2019. All right, so this feed stream is going to hit 10 minutes here soon. I don't want to go over 10 minutes, but yeah, this is just getting my feet wet. And again, like I said in my introduction, I've been looking for a social media site that, discusses this topic. And I'm yet to find one, after searching for the past several years. When I graduated in 2000, or even during my master's program, I was trying to introduce these psychology theories, that were related to teaching active learning and about the Japanese. And whoa, that just that just brought out the hornets out of the nest. Oh, I would get attacked so bad on several social media sites. There was a guy on one site where he, in his same comment, he called me a white supremacist, or is that pronounced supremacist? I don't even know. I don't even know how to pronounce that word right. He called me a white supremacist, and I was discriminating against the Japanese. And I was just introducing the world famous scientific psychology research studies. Boy, did I get a lot of flack. But now, you know, when I start getting criticized, attacked, accused of being a white supremacist, all I got to do is mention that it's now public legislation since 2020, quite recent, to teach active learning in Japanese elementary schools. And all of a sudden, the attacker makes a 180-degree turn and they say, "Oh, yeah, is that right? Can you tell me more?" Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to just make recordings on my own. And I'm not even going to try to find a site anymore, social media site that I can relate to. I'll just let the world try to relate to me. And if they can understand where I'm coming from, they'll contact me. All right, let's end the stream. Later.